पेज 173 वर त्यांनी एक लिहिलंय, there was a guy, a mathematician named J.F. Herbert in 1890. What he said is there's perhaps nothing so much which occupies the middle position of mathematics as trigonometry. So trigonometry is very important. ते तुम्हाला पुढे जाऊन कॅल्क्युलस मध्ये लागतं, मॅट्रायसिस मध्ये लागतं, सगळीकडे ट्रिग्नोमेट्री असतं. So it's very important. So we're going to cover very briefly. थोडीफार practice करूया आपण. आणि so this is what we're going to do. We are going to understand very quickly what is trigonometry, what are the definitions, the ratio of the standard angles. Standard angles म्हणजे कुठले कुठले? 0, 30, 45 वगैरे स्टँडर्ड अँगल्स. त्याच्यानंतर रिलेशनशिप, कुठल्या आयडेंटिटीज असतात कोणी सांगेल? Any of the trigonometric identities?
Sin square theta plus cos square theta equals 1.
Correct. Sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. आणि applications मध्ये काय असतं? Angle of inclination आणि angle of depression. त्याचा ऍक्च्युअली आपण कसा उपयोग करू शकतो? That is what we are going to learn. So let's get started. So what is trigonometry? Trigonometry मध्ये राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल असतो, बरोबर आहे? ट्रिग्नोमेट्री मध्ये राईट अँगल ट्रायंगल असतो. And symmetry is something that is being used. Symmetry is something that is being used. Because what happens is, I'll show you what happens is, if you take any two right angle triangles with the same angle, they will be symmetric. म्हणजे काय? So let's quickly look at this diagram. So let me you can see my notepad, right? Can
Yes,
you see
sir.
my notepad? Okay. So what happens is, as long as the angle here remains the same, if I draw something like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. In this particular, as long as all these are right angles, what can I say about triangle A, B, C, triangle A, D, E, and triangle A, F, G? What is the relation? What can I say about them?
They are similar.
They are similar. By what? Which test?
AA test.
AA test. AA test is similar. So that's why what happens is that BC upon AC will be equals to DE upon AE equals to, can somebody complete this?
FG upon AG.
FG upon AG. So this is what we use. Actually, this is what we use in trigonometry. Okay. And what happens is that, let's go back to my presentation.
हॅलो सर.
हा बोला.
हा सर, माझा जरा लेट झाला, ते डाउनलोड करावं लागलं ऍप. सो
Okay, no problem. We just started a minute ago. We were just talking about right angle triangle and symmetry. That is what comes into play when we use trigonometry. Okay, so what happens is we just saw that when the angle is the same, the ratios are constant. That is what we saw, right? The ratios are constant, and we can prove that using the symmetry. And then generally what happens is that horizontal distances are easier to measure than vertical. Do you agree? Do you agree that horizontal distances are easier to calculate or measure than vertical distances? Do you agree? If we
Yes,
want
sir.
to measure a field, if we want to measure a field, okay, or if we want to measure the the breadth of a street vis-a-vis, we want to measure the height of a tree, or we want to measure the height of a building or height of a tower, what will be easier? Can somebody answer? Rohan, what will be easier to calculate or to find out or to measure? Soham, what will be easier to measure? The breadth of the road or height of the building?
Breadth of the road.
Breadth of the road will be easier, and that is exactly what we use. Uh, can you tell me a case where the breadth also could be difficult or horizontal distance also could be difficult to measure? Can you think of an example where the horizontal distance is also difficult to measure? कोणी सांगू शकेल का
If
हॉरिझॉन्टल
the
डिस्टन्स कुठल्या केसमध्ये अवघड
if,
जातं मोजायला?
if the terrain is rough.
If the terrain is rough,
Rough.
correct. Yes, if the terrain is rough, मध्ये टेकडी आहे, ओके, तर त्या केसमध्ये इट्स व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेजर, किंवा मध्ये खड्डे आहेत, किंवा तिसऱ्या केसमध्ये पाणी आहे, मध्ये नदी आहे, मध्ये नदी वाहतीये म्हणणं. सो horizontal distances in those cases are difficult to measure, but in general horizontal distances are easier to measure, and that is exactly what we use in trigonometry. म्हणजे काय केलेलं आहे की वी नो की साइन 1 degree is going to remain the same whether it is in Pune or whether it's in the USA. Okay, sine 1 degree is going to remain the same. It's not going to change. किंवा हिवाळ्यात वेगळं उन्हाळ्यात वेगळं असं काही नसणार आहे. Okay, whether it's summer or winter or whatever, it's going to remain the same. And somebody has calculated that and stored it for us. Somebody has calculated that and stored it for us, and we have been using. So any degree between 0 and 90, there are tables available. There are tables available which will tell you what is the value of sine theta, cos theta, and obviously once we know sine theta and cos theta, we can calculate all the other ratios, right? So what are the different ratios? Here is a right angle triangle in front of you. So what are the different ratios? Sine theta. Can somebody tell me what is the definition of sine theta? What is sine theta?
Opposite side upon hypotenuse.
Opposite side upon hypotenuse. So in this particular case, what is it? Which is the opposite side and which is the hypotenuse?
Suppose we take a particular angle.
Angle
Suppose we
C
take
dara, angle C dara,
uh,
angle C.
so here opposite side to that angle is AB and hypotenuse is AC. So sine theta will be AB upon AC.
Correct. So is sine C is sine angle C is AB upon AC. What is cosine theta? See, actually, मी मुद्दाम red मध्ये लिहिलंय. The short form is what we use, but the long form is something that you should know. So sine is SINE, cosine is COSINE. So cos theta is what? What is cos C? What is cos C?
BC upon AC.
BC upon AC. Very good. What is tan C? What is
AB
tan
AB
C?
upon BC.
upon AC.
AB upon BC. Very good. What is cosecant or cosec theta? What is cosec theta?
1 by sine.
1 by sine, which is in this particular case, what is cosec C? Cosec angle C?
AC upon AB.
AC upon AB. What is secant or sec theta? Hypotenuse upon adjacent side is sec theta. Cot theta is 1 upon tan, which is adjacent side upon opposite side. Okay. So is everybody clear on this, or do you want me to explain some more about this?
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
Clear to everybody. Okay. So let us take this particular. Can you please take down this particular first one? Using the diagram, prove that sec x is equal to 1 upon cos x. Using the diagram, just take it down and I'll show you the diagram. Using the diagram, prove that sec x is equal to 1 upon cos x. So this is what we are going to do. लिहून झालं का? लिहून झालं की मला सांगा.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. So let me change it to my notepad. So in this particular diagram, the diagram which is seen here, theta is drawn here. So angle ABC, angle C is theta. So can you prove that sec x is equal to 1 upon cos x? Prove that sec x is equal to 1 upon cos x. Can you do that? Please do it in your notebook. Draw this particular diagram and prove that sec x is equal to 1 upon cos x. What is sec theta? This particular angle theta can be treated as x. So since I have asked for x, let me use x as a variable. So sec x will be equals to hypotenuse upon adjacent side, which is equal to hypotenuse is AC upon adjacent side is BC. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So cos x will be equals to adjacent side upon hypotenuse, which is equal to BC upon AC. Therefore, 1 upon cos x will be equals to AC upon BC. And since these two are the same, I can say that sec x is equal to 1 upon cos x. Very simple. ओके, एकदा तुम्हाला त्या प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन कळल्या, त्यातलं रिलेशनशिप कळलं आणि ती डायग्राम तुमच्या डोळ्यासमोर बसली की देन थिंग्स आर व्हेरी इझी. सो आय एम गोइंग टू टेक सम मोर टफर एक्झाम्पल एज वेल, बट दिस इज बेसिक, सो आय वॉन्टेड टू टेक दिस. तर आता वी आर गोइंग टू लुक ॲट हाऊ द रेशोज, द ग्राफ्स ऑफ द रेशोज लुक लाईक. ते ग्राफ कसे दिसतात, ते आपण बघूया. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
दिसतोय ग्राफ?
Yes, sir.
हा
Yes.
साइनचा ग्राफ हा साइनचा ग्राफ आहे. ओके, इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 0 गोज अप टू 1. ओके, पुढचं तुम्हाला आता नाहीये, या स्टँडर्डला तुम्हाला एवढंच आहे. 0 to 90 इट गोज अप हा 90 डिग्रीज आहे. दिस इज 90 डिग्रीज. नेक्स्ट सेकंड. तो जो ग्राफ आहे तो 0 पासनं वरती जातो 1 पर्यंत. 0 पासनं 1 पर्यंत जातो. Whereas cos x चा ग्राफ जो आहे y is equal to cos x will look something like this. तो 1 पासनं खाली येतो. 1 पासनं खाली येतो. जो ब्लू आहे तो cos x चा ग्राफ आहे आणि रेड आहे तो sin x चा ग्राफ आहे. हा बघितलाय तुम्ही कधी? हा बघितलाय पूर्वी कधी ग्राफ?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
No.
No,
No.
sir.
Okay. So actually sin x चा ग्राफ जो आहे, so let me redraw it. y is equal to sin x चा ग्राफ जो आहे तो असा दिसतो. So this is equals to हा ग्राफ कसा दिसतो सांगा तुम्ही? Can you compare this graph with anything else that you have seen? The red. कोणीतरी अनम्यूट करतं. Can you please mute yourself? Somebody is talking. कोणाच्या तरी कडे डिस्टर्बन्स आहे. Request everybody to keep yourself on mute. कोणाचा आवाज येतोय? सोहम तुझ्याकडनं काहीतरी बॅकग्राऊंड नॉईज येतोय. सोहम तुझ्याकडनं बॅकग्राऊंड नॉईज येतोय काहीतरी. ओके. सोहम ड्रॉपच झाला का?
हो.
एनिवे
Yes, sir.
हा तर एनिवे हा ग्राफ कसा दिसतो कोणाला माहितीये? एनीबडी कॅन.
Sir, a graph of alternating current.
एक्झॅक्टली. दिस इज द ग्राफ ऑफ द अल्टरनेटिंग करंट. आणि तुम्ही जेव्हा अल्टरनेटिंग करंट शिकता तेव्हा ते म्हणतात की साइन वेव्ह. हा शब्द ऐकलाय तुम्ही किंवा नसेल ऐकला तर पुढे ऐकाल की व्होल्टेज जे आहे दिस इज व्हॉट हॅपन्स टू द व्होल्टेज अँड दिस पर्टिक्युलर डिस्टन्स इन सजेस्ट द फ्रिक्वेन्सी. दिस amplitude आणि frequency वगैरे this. So whenever you talk about alternating current they talk about sine wave. Okay, that sine wave means this looks like a wave, this looks like a wave, and that's why but this is how sin x looks and this is how cos x looks. तुम्हाला काढून घ्यायचं तर काढून घ्या हे डायग्राम्स किंवा हे लिहून घ्या तुम्ही. desmos.com नावाची वेबसाईट आहे. त्याच्यावर तुम्ही यू कॅन ड्रॉ ग्राफ्स ऑफ एनी इक्वेशन. यू कॅन ड्रॉ ग्राफ्स. हे लिहून घ्या तुम्ही. आणि तुम्हाला 90 डिग्रीच्या पुढचे साइन कॉस नाही आहेत. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दॅट. तुम्हाला 11th मध्ये ते असणार आहेत. काढून घेतले? रफ डायग्राम काढून घ्या. काढून घेतलं का मग विल प्रोसीड. ठीक आहे. आता हे पुढचं गणित करूया आपण. if 5 sin x minus 12 cos x is equal to 0, then find cos x and cosec x. हे रेशोज बघून आपल्याला काढायचं. ते रेशोज बघून आपल्याला काढायचं. if 5 sin x हे गणित सोडवायचं. दिस इज व्हॉट यू आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व. If 5 sin x minus 12 cos x is equal to 0, then find sec x and cosec x. चला करा आता.
Sir, sec x is equal to 13 by 12 and cosec x is equal to 13 by 5.
Yes, sec x is equal to 13 by 12 and cosec x is equal to 13 by 5. Very good. So this is how we solve this. Okay, so let me just quickly explain this, how we can solve it. कसं केलं सांग मला.
सर पहिला 12 कॉसला RHS ला घेतला आणि मग कॉसला
एक
डिवाइड
एक
केला.
एक मिनिट स्टेप्स घेऊ आपण. सांग.
5 sin
What is
x
it?
is equal to 12 cos x.
5 sin x is equal to 12 cos x. मग
Then sin by cos is equal to 12 by 5.
sin x by cos x is equal to 12 by 5. That is tan x is equal to 12 by 5. Then what we do is we draw a right triangle. We draw a right triangle and say that this particular side is 5 and this particular side is, sorry, this particular side, opposite side, and this particular angle is x. Then the opposite side is 12 and this particular side is 5. So what will be this side? Can somebody else tell me what will be this side? Let's say this particular is A, B, C. What is side AC is equal to?
13.
How?
Pythagorean triplet.
Pythagorean triplet. Yes, Pythagorean triplet. Or we can
Pythagoras
simply use, yes, or we can simply use Pythagoras theorem. We can use Pythagoras theorem. So AC square is equal to 12 square plus 5 square, which is equal to 169. Therefore, AC is equal to 13. And once you know AC is equal to 13, then you know what is the value of sec x and cosec x. आता तू जे म्हणलास ना Pythagorean triplet, that is what I was going to discuss later on. But since you mentioned it, there are important triplets. Triplets म्हणजे काय? 3 numbers. They're 3 integers. They're 3 integers, and what they do is those 3 integers, they form a right angle triangle. They form a right angle triangle. So one of the triplets is 5, 12, 13. What is the other one? What is the other
3, 4,
famous
5.
Pythagorean triplet? 3, 4, 5. Okay, any other?
5, 12, 13.
तेच आता आपण 5, 12, 13 च वापरलं. Any other? So 5, 12, 13 is one. 3, 4, 5 is another.
24, 7 and 25.
24, 7 and 25. Very good. And also remember that multiples of these are also Pythagorean triplets. The multiples of these are also Pythagorean triplet. For example, let's look at this. We know that 3, 4, 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. So I multiply each by 2. I multiply it by 2. So 6, 8, 10 will also be a Pythagorean triplet. If I multiply it by 3, so what will be that? So 9, 12, and 15 will also be a Pythagorean triplet. So any multiples of the Pythagorean triplet will also be another triplet. Is it clear? Any doubts on this? So far, so good. Gaurav,
No doubt, sir.
Jannavi, Rohan, Satvik, Shubhankar, Soham, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's proceed with the next one. So important ratios of the standard angles. The standard angles are 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. त्याचं एक टेबल असतं. त्याचं एक टेबल असतं. तुम्हाला लिहिता येतं ते? Does everybody know how to write that particular table? Dhruv, Gaurav, म्हणजे त्यांचे साइन आणि कॉस रेशोज बेसिकली, साइन कॉस टॅन. ते येतं कोणाला? सगळ्यांना येतं टेबल लिहायला? शुभांकर?
ते 0 to 1 असतात साईनचे आणि कॉसचे 1 to 0 असतात.
ओके. तर ते कसे लक्षात ठेवायचे माहिती आहे? शुभांकर येतं का ते? शुभांकर, डू यू नो दॅट? Soham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know that table by heart, Shubhankar, Soham? Okay, in case you forget, I'm going to tell you a very easy trick to remember these ratios. I'm going to tell you an easy trick to remember these ratios. So here is how it is. Okay, so let me. Okay, can you draw a table like this? Can you draw a table like this? म्हणजे हॉरिझॉन्टल एक टेबल काढा, त्याच्यामध्ये 5 rows असतील. There are 5 rows. The first row will have angles. The first row will have all the angles. So 0, 35, 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90. And there will be 4 rows below that. One is sine, the other is cos. Keep more space for the first 2 rows, slightly smaller space for the remaining 2. असं एक टेबल काढा आणि there is a root sign. There is a under root sign in every box. There is a under root sign and there is a dash to indicate that there will be something in the numerator and something in the denominator. Something in the numerator you have to write and something in the denominator. Is it clear? Can you please draw this kind of chart in your notebook? Can you please draw this particular chart in your notebook and let me know once you're done? Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
0,
sir.
30, 45, 60, 90 in the columns and 4 rows, sine, cos, sine, cos. And the first 2 should be bigger and the next can be smaller. So after this, what you do is everywhere in the denominator, please write 4 like this. Everywhere in the denominator, please write 4 like this. Shubhankar काढलं का वहीत? Did you draw it?
Yes, sir. Wrong.
Soham,
Yes, sir.
Dhruva, Adi काढलं का?
Yes, sir.
रोहन काढलं का? 4 4 लिहिले का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then what you do is in the first row, write these numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 0 under 0, 1 under 30, 2 under 45, 3 under 60, 4 under 90. लिहिलं 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 ओळीने numbers लिहायचे. Write the numbers in order 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know when you're done. झाले लिहून?
Yes, sir.
आधी झाले का लिहून?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what you do is write exactly in the opposite directions. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Write exactly in the opposite direction. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. पहिल्यांदा ascending order, नंतर descending order. लिहिले? लिहून झाले?
Yes,
कोणीच
sir.
का बोलत नाही?
Yes, sir.
रोहन झालं का लिहून? सार्थक,
Yes.
शुभांकर, सात्विक लिहून झालं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you are done, that means the values are ready. So see, let's see how. We'll just simplify these values. We'll just simplify these values like this. So what is 0 upon 4? What is 0 upon 4 is 0. That means there's a 0 here. Can you see this 0 in the third row?
Yes.
Okay. What is 1 by 4? 1 by 4 is 1 by 4. So root is 1/2, right? 1's a root 1, 4's a root 2. So it is 1/2. 1/2, there's a square root. What is 2 by 4? 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. What is the root of 1 by 2? 1 by root 2. Can you say it? What is 3 by
Yes, sir.
4? 3 by 4 म्हणजे root 3 by 2. 4's a root 2. 3's a root 3. So root 3 by 2 here. What is 4 by 4 means? 4 by 4 is 1, which is the root of 1. Which is the square of 1. So it is 1 here. And exactly आपण ते उलट केलं होतं. So those numbers will go in the other direction. So here is 1. Because there's 1 here, there will be 1 here. There's root 3 by 2 here. So root 3 by 2 here. 1/2 here. 1/2 here. And 1 by root 2 here. And 1 by root 2 here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can somebody explain what we did? Satvik, you will get started.
Sir, we started writing the denominators as 4, 4, and then in ascending order we started from 0.
घाई सात्विक, पहिल्यांदा आपण टेबल काढलं, बरोबर
Yes,
की
sir.
नाही? हा, शुभांकर काय केलं सुरुवातीला?
Sir, we have drawn a table first, writing 0, 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90 in a row,
In columns, in the columns.
columns, and then sin cos means we have written. Then we are putting
Enough.
under
Soham, next, what did we do? Soham, what did we do? Jannavi, what did we do?
After putting the values in under root, we solved it.
Yes. So we wrote 4 in all the denominators. we wrote all the denominators, and then we wrote 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the sine and 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 for the cos. And then we simplify to get the values. Okay, do practice this particular method so that you are comfortable. परीक्षेत गेल्यानंतर if you have any confusion, पहिल्यांदा काय करायचं की आन्सर शीट मिळाल्यावर मागच्या बाजूला रफ म्हणून हे लिहून घ्यायचं, so that you are very sure. You don't have to think of की √3/2 आहे का 1/√2 आहे का 1/2 आहे. Okay, so there will be no confusion. Sin काय and cos काय. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's solve some examples related to 30, 45 वगैरे. So solve this example. Solve this example.
तर 2 आला आन्सर.
2 आला answer, correct. आलं का सगळ्यांचं 2? Very simple.
Yes, sir.
कोणाकोणाचं आलं? ध्रुव आलं का 2 answer? गौरव?
हो सर आलं.
ओके. शुभांकर, सोहम, सात्विक, जान्हवी सगळ्यांचं आलं? सार्थक? Very simple, right? शुभंकर आलं का? प्रणवरावचं आलंय. सोहम, शुभांकर?
हो सर.
शुभांकर काय आलं उत्तर?
So the answer is 2.
Yes, correct. So I am asking whether you got the answer is 2. Okay. So let's proceed. I don't want to spend time solving this because it's a very simple example. Now we will look at what is a complementary angle. We'll look at what is the ratios of the complementary angles. Okay. So what do you mean by complementary angles? What do you mean by complementary angles? There are complementary angles and supplementary angles. What is the difference?
Complementary angles sum up to 90 and supplementary angles sum up to 180.
Okay, so very easy trick to remember supplementary and complementary is that supplementary word starts with S and S for straight line. Okay, S for straight line. 180 degrees is a straight line. So supplementary is S for straight line. That is how you remember. And the other one is complementary. Okay, so sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Sine 90 minus cos theta. Sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. How? We'll see it using this particular diagram. We'll see it using this particular diagram. So let's say, let me draw this again. Let's not cluttered. This is A, this is B, and this is C. So let's say this particular angle is theta. What is this particular angle? And this is 90 degrees, B is 90 degrees. So how much will angle A be? Angle AB is equal to? How much is angle A?
90 minus theta.
It will be equal to 90 minus theta. It's the complementary angle. Is the complementary angle. So now let's look at what is sin C? Sin C is equal to AB upon AC. AB upon AC. And what is cos A? What is cos A?
AB upon AC.
AB also it is equal to AB upon AC, but we know that angle A is equal to 90 minus theta. So I can say that this is equal to cos of that is equal to cos of 90 minus theta. This is equal to cos of 90 minus theta. Therefore, we can say that sine theta is equal to cos of 90 minus theta. Cos of 90 minus theta. Okay. So thus we can see that all these ratios can be established that way. So please write this down. Please write all this down. Sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta, cos of 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta, and so on. So write these particular six values. These particular six values. Once you are written, solve the next sum. Once you are written, solve the next sum. Lilaka alaka sum. Find the value of cos 34 divided by sin 56. What is the value?
1, sir.
1. Why? Correct. The answer is correct.
Because sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta.
Because sin 90 minus theta equals to cos theta. That means 34 and 656 are complementary angles. 34 and 56 are complementary angles, and we just saw that sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. So it will be cos 34 upon cos 34, which is equal to 1. The answer is 1. Okay. So let's proceed. Okay, where now we will visit the trigonometric identities. So far we have seen, so far from the agenda we have seen what is trigonometry, what are the definitions, what are the ratios of the standard angles we saw, what are the ratios of complementary angles. So we will now see what are the identities, and then we'll go to the applications. So we'll start with the identities. So what are the identities? What are the identities? Can you tell me what are the identities?
Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1.
Sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and this can be proved using Pythagoras. This can be proved using Pythagoras theorem. Can somebody else tell me some other identity? Can somebody else tell me some other identity?
1 plus tan square theta equals sec square theta.
1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, or sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. Okay, you can write it either way. Somebody else, can some third person tell me the third identity? Adi says he can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me? ऐकू येतंय
Yes.
सगळ्यांना? बाकीच्यांना ऐकू येतंय का?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Adi, can you please
Sir,
drop and come back again?
is the third identity cot square A plus 1 is equal to cosec square A?
Yes. Cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. So 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. या तीनही आयडेंटिटीज लिहून घ्या. These are very important. Then we'll solve this particular example. Once you are written down, solve this particular example.